Hello everyone, it's me. Welcome to my channel, where we share everything about 1970s food. Today we are sharing 25 budget-friendly 1970s recipes that won't break the bank. This is part 3 of this series. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, be sure to check out the links in the description. Without further ado, let's get started with some more amazing 1970s budget-friendly recipes. Number 25. Chicken Surprise. This recipe is from the back of the box of Uncle Ben's converted rice. The directions say brown 1 pound of chicken, then add the rice and seasonings, then bake it in a greased 9 by 13-inch baking dish for 30 minutes or until the chicken is no longer pink. This sounds so good. And that's a great way to use up leftover chicken or to stretch meat farther by adding it to rice. Number 24. Tuna Noodle Casserole. This is a very popular classic 1970s recipe. Combine 1 pound of noodles with 2 cans of tuna, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, half a cup of milk, salt and pepper to taste. Pour it into a greased 9 by 13-inch baking dish and topped with 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. Bake it at 350 degrees for 30 minutes or until the cheese is melted and bubbling. You could even add some peas and carrots if you wanted to. Number 23. Taco Soup. This was a very popular 1970s meal. In a large pot, brown 1 pound of ground beef with an onion and garlic. Add 2 cans of tomatoes, 4 cups of chicken broth, 1 can of corn, 1 can of beans, and 1 can of diced potatoes. Simmer for about 30 minutes or until the flavors meld together. Serve with shredded cheese, sour cream, and tortilla chips. Number 22. Ground turkey. This is a lower-calorie 1970s take on the classic chicken. Brown 1 pound of ground turkey with onion and garlic. Add 2 cans of sliced mushrooms, 1 can of French fried onions, and 1 can of tomato sauce. Pour a can of cream of chicken soup over it all and season with salt and pepper. Top with 1.5 cups of spaghetti and 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. Bake at 350 degrees for 30 minutes or until heated through. Number 21. Cottage cheese pancakes. These are a great high-protein breakfast or brunch option. Combine 1 egg with 1 cup of cottage cheese, half a cup of flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, salt and pepper. Heat oil in a skillet over medium heat. Drop by rounded tablespoons onto the hot skillet. Cook for 2 to 3 minutes per side or until golden brown. Serve with syrup and fruit. Number 20. Frito pie. This is another cheap and easy 1970s favorite. Combine 1 pound of ground beef with 1 onion, 1 green pepper, and 2 cloves of garlic. Add 1 can of tomatoes, 1 can of kidney beans, 1 can of corn, and 1 can of rotel. Season with cumin, chili powder, and salt. Pour it all into a greased 9 by 13-inch baking dish. Top with Fritos and cheese. Bake at 350 degrees for 20 minutes or until heated through. Number 19. Quick bread. This is such an easy and budget-friendly bread recipe. In a bowl, combine 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, salt, and cinnamon. Cut in 1/2 cup of butter until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. Stir in 3/4 cup of sugar and 3/4 cup of chopped walnuts. Pour half of the batter into a greased loaf pan. Top with 1/2 cup of raisins. Pour the remaining batter on top. Bake at 350 degrees, 450 to 60 minutes or until done. Number 18. Bean and cheese burrito. This is another cheap and easy 1970s meal. Heat tortillas in the microwave. Spread refried beans on the tortillas. Top with shredded cheese and salsa. Roll them up and place them in a greased 9 by 13-inch baking dish. Bake at 350 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes or until the cheese is melted. You could even add cooked ground beef or beans inside for more protein. Number 17. King Ranch Chicken Casserole. This is a popular Tex-Mex casserole. Brown 1 pound of ground beef with onion and garlic Add 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 can of tomato sauce, and 1 can of corn. Season with chili powder and cumin. Pour a can of cream of chicken soup over it all and stir to combine. Add 1 can of drained chicken, 2 cups of shredded cheese, and 1/2 cup of sour cream. Pour it all into a greased 9 by 13-inch baking dish. Top with 10 corn tortillas that have been cut to fit the baking dish. Bake at 350 degrees for 30 minutes or until heated through. Number 16, creamed spinach dip. This is a wonderful 1970s party appetizer. Combine a 10-ounce package of frozen chopped spinach, a 6-ounce can of crab meat, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, 1/2 cup of milk, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Pour the mixture into a greased 1.5 quart baking dish. Bake at 350 degrees for 20 minutes or until heated through. Serve with assorted crackers. Number 15. Vegetable pizza pocket. This is a fun 1970s take on pizza. Combine 1 can of tomato sauce with 1/2 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Roll out pizza dough and cut it into circles. Place a spoonful of pizza sauce in the center of each circle. Top with your favorite pizza toppings. Fold the dough over to form a pocket and roll the edges to seal. Bake at 400 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes or until golden brown. Number 14, shrimp scampi. This is a quick and easy seafood dinner. Sauté shrimp with butter, garlic, lemon juice, salt, and pepper. Add a can of tomato sauce and bring it to a boil. Reduce the heat and simmer for 5 to 10 minutes or until the shrimp is done. Serve over your favorite pasta. Number 13, spaghetti and meatballs. This is a classic Italian-American dish. Brown 1 pound of ground beef with onion and garlic. Add a can of tomato sauce and a can of crushed tomatoes. Bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer for 30 minutes or until thickened. Meanwhile, cook spaghetti according to the package directions. Add meatballs and cook through. Serve the spaghetti topped with the sauce and meatballs. Number 12, baked potatoes. This is a super budget-friendly meal. Rub 4 large potatoes with oil and wrap them in aluminum foil. Bake at 400 degrees for 1 hour or until tender. Serve with your favorite toppings, such as sour cream, cheese, bacon bits, or chives. Number 11, chicken noodle soup. This is a comforting 1970s classic. In a large pot, brown 1 pound of chicken with onion and garlic. Add 4 cups of chicken broth, 1 can of chicken, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 2 cups of egg noodles, and 1 cup of frozen mixed vegetables. Bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer for 15 minutes or until the noodles are tender. Number 10, beef stroganoff. This is a creamy beef dish served over noodles. Brown 1 pound of ground beef with onion and garlic. Add a can of tomato sauce and a can of cream of mushroom soup. Bring it to a boil. Then reduce the heat and simmer for 30 minutes or until thickened. Meanwhile, cook egg noodles according to the package directions. Stir in 1 cup of frozen mushrooms and 1/2 cup of sour cream. Serve over the noodles. Number 9, fried rice. This is a great way to use up leftover rice and vegetables. In a large skillet or wok, combine 2 cups of cooked rice with 1 tablespoon of oil. Add 1/2 cup of frozen peas and carrots, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and 1 egg. Cook over medium heat for 5 to 10 minutes or until heated through. Number 8, cheesy broccoli rice. This is a cheesy side dish or light dinner. Cook rice according to the package directions. Steam broccoli until crisp tender. Combine the rice with broccoli, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and 1/2 cup of shredded cheese. Pour it into a greased 8 by 8-inch baking dish. Bake at 350 degrees for 20 minutes or until heated through. Number 7, macaroni salad. This is a classic potluck dish. Cook macaroni according to the package directions. Meanwhile, combine mayonnaise, celery, onion, hard-boiled eggs, and salt and pepper in a bowl. Drain the macaroni and add it to the bowl. Stir to coat the macaroni with the dressing. Chill for at least 2 hours before serving. Number 6, Salmon patties. This is a tasty way to use canned salmon. Combine 2 cans of salmon with 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of onion, and 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Form the mixture into patties and coat them in flour. Pan fry the patties in oil for 3 to 4 minutes per side or until golden brown. Serve with tartar sauce. Number 5. Cheeseburger macaroni. This is a fun twist on macaroni and cheese. Brown 1 pound of ground beef with onion and garlic. Add a can of tomato sauce and a can of cream of mushroom soup. Bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer for 30 minutes or until thickened. Meanwhile, cook macaroni according to the package directions. Stir in 1 cup of shredded cheese. Drain the macaroni and add it to the sauce. Toss to coat the macaroni with the sauce. Top with more cheese and serve. Number 4. Green bean casserole. This is a classic 1970s Thanksgiving dish. Steam green beans until crisp tender. Combine the beans with a can of cream of mushroom soup, a can of French fried onions, and a can of milk. Pour it into a greased 9 by 13-inch baking dish. Bake at 350 degrees for 30 minutes or until heated through. Top with more French fried onions and bake for 5 more minutes or until golden brown. Number 3. Potato salad. This is another classic potluck dish. Boil potatoes until tender. Peel the potatoes and cut them into chunks. Combine the potatoes with mayonnaise, mustard, celery, onion, and salt and pepper in a bowl. Chill for at least 2 hours before serving. Number 2. Tater tot hot dish. This is a Midwestern classic. Combine 1 pound of ground beef with 1 onion, 1 green pepper, and 2 cloves of garlic. Add 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 can of tomato sauce, and 1 can of corn. Season with salt and pepper. Pour 2 cans of tater tots over the meat sauce. Bake at 350 degrees for 30 minutes or until heated through. Woo! Number 1. Homemade noodles. This is a fun and easy 1970s recipe. Combine 2 cups of flour, 2 eggs, and 1 teaspoon of salt in a bowl. Knead the dough for 5 minutes or until smooth and elastic. Let the dough rest for 10 minutes. Roll out the dough and cut it into noodles. Boil the noodles in salted water for 5 to 7 minutes or until tender. So there you have it. 25 budget-friendly 1970s recipes that won't break the bank. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I'll see you next time! Bye for now!